Hi, let's talk about music. So I'm an avid enjoyer of music, and the one particular kind of music I like is K-pop. My K-pop journey kind of started in 2018, and I started with BTS, and now I exclusively only listen to girl groups, and it's 2025. Now, I generally love every genre of music, for the most part, except for country and hard rock. Those are the ones I really can't vibe with a lot of the time. There's some songs that pop out of the woodwork, but other than that, they kind of make me uneasy. But that's not what we're talking about today. I want to talk about K-pop groups that could have taken over the world. And you're probably going to see I'm going to bring up a lot of them that were, already taken over the world or have had their moment in the spotlight. And there especially is one on the list that is still relevant to this day, and it's still being talked about to this day, and still is in the media to this day, but they have not released a song in over, I think, about 2 years. So let's get into it. I think my first one's going to be is New Jeans. Now, New Jeans is a girl group that won my heart. That girl group, it when they debuted, it was like they came out of nowhere. At least to me, they came out of nowhere, and as soon as I heard the first fucking song, it was over. They became my group, and the way they delivered their music videos, the way they delivered their lines, the way their songs flowed, they were a fucking moment. And they honestly were let me think how to phrase this properly. They were in the prime of their careers, to be honest. They were in they are still so well regarded in all of their music. It goes popular on a daily basis. Like, there's different songs that get remixed. There's, it's always Ditto season in my house. My favorite song from them is Cool With You, and you know me like no other. And I think I like your point of view. But every single day I miss New Jeans. That's definitely an act that they could have taken over the world, and I don't think not enough people know about that. Yes, they had some shit go on, but still, I think New Jeans could probably still come back, but I feel like they have so much things tied to their name that they're just gonna probably, if they do come back, it's not gonna be, as welcomed as they were when they first debuted. And that makes me a little bit sad, but even if we do get New Jeans at some point in the future, I don't know, I'll be happy. But I hope that they are. That's the one thing, they were so young when they were going through the shit that they went through. It makes me feel like at one point before, like when they were doing thing after thing after thing after thing after thing, and they were releasing song after song after song, and they were doing like Lollapalooza and stuff like that. All I was worried about was like, that was the first girl group I've ever been like, I hope they're alright. That's why I think I was like a real deal fan. Like, I was like, I hope they're alright. I hope they're like getting enough rest. I hope they're, because I loved every aspect I loved their choreo, I loved their music, I loved the girls' personalities, I loved the girls' voices. They were the moment. They set a trend in K-pop that they set a precedent. They set a fucking, like, and I know people are gonna be like, they just made it bigger than what it was. It was already a thing. Shut the fuck up. You knew it wasn't on and popping until New Jeans did it, and then now everybody's a carbon copy. The whole vibe they created was beyond this world. Now, let me stop talking about them before I make the whole video about them. Another group I would say definitely had potential, and I don't know if they're still around technically. I don't know if they got like an announcement of their disbandment or not, but that was Pixie. Now, Pixie was a 6-member girl group that debuted with Wings, and I don't know if a lot of people remember them, but they were an interesting concept because they were like one of the dark girl group concepts that debuted, and in a place where Dreamcatcher is like one of the biggest acts to like hold that spooky girl group type of thing. They were, in my opinion, very good. They had their debut with Wings, they had their comeback with Let Me Know, they had the third release, which was, in my opinion, their greatest song to this day, and that's also the song where they sadly declined from, and that was Addicted. Addicted is so good. It's crazy that it wasn't bigger than what it was, in my opinion. Sometimes I feel like there's songs in like certain aspects of life, and I'm just like, how are these songs not like everywhere? Addicted's choreo is a phenomenal. The song itself is great, and then they had a B-side called Bewitched, which was amazing as well. That one got a lot of regards as too, but like that was the last comeback that was, you know, the full group, and that was solid as hell. Like, in my opinion, that was their best comeback to date. Now, they had more comebacks, but what made the difference was that they did not have one of their members in the next comeback, which was with Villain. She was sick, and then she went on hiatus, and then they had performed as 5 members, and it was an alright comeback. I think it was still pretty catchy. It's something that they could have like come back from. But then another member got sick and went on hiatus, and then we continued as 4. And that is where the ball dropped. From there, their leader, Ella, I think her name was Ella, and then the main rapper of the group, I believe she was, left the group. They were out of the group because they were too sick. They were on hiatus for so long that they saw it as better to keep going as, you know, a 4-member group. And then they came back again, and they were a 5-member group. But, you know, the damage was already done, and honestly, they could have continued as a 4-member group and have been fine. I'm sorry to that girl, but the 5th member they added, she looked like a background dancer. I'm sorry. She just reminded me of a background dancer that had a mic. I don't know. It's just, girl, what are you doing? And I don't mean like that girl. I just mean like girl as in like the group, or what is the company doing with them? Because they could have been so great. And if you would have left them as like 4-member group, I think they would have been fine, to be honest with you. And maybe give them more love or give them more attention, but I feel like the decline was visible. But yeah, I'm gonna jump into the next one because I don't want to just talk all about them too. Next one is kind of a duo group, essentially. There's 2 groups that had some of the same members, but they were 2 different groups entirely. And that was Kristen V and Hina Pia. Now, each group both got 1 song, and both of those songs were my song for the moment in time. The group that had Kristen V had the song Get It, and that song was my song for a moment in time. I could not go a day without not listening to that song. Get It was my fucking shit. And then when I saw the reemergence of Hina Pia and I listened to Drip, that shit was my song for a whole fucking moment, dude. I was like, oh my god. I am upset that Kristen got, you know, discarded like they did. That is so upsetting. I appreciate that they did the whole Kristen V concept, which I wish they would have continued with, but that group was getting put on the back burner and getting ready to be tossed into the garbage can. Like, they were kept in the fucking basement of Pledis, and it's so disappointing. And then Hina Pia had some of the same members in Kristen V, because Kristen V disbanded and all of Kristen disbanded, because originally Kristen was I think like a 10-member girl group or an 8-member girl group, and some of the members went down to Kristen V, and then Kristen V disbanded and everything else Kristen disbanded, and then some of the members went to Hina Pia, and there was one new girl added to the group. It was kind of confusing. And then I think they only really promoted for a couple of months, and then they were like one August day they were fucking gone. But yeah, those are a couple of groups that I definitely miss. I definitely have some more on my roster that I miss, and I want to definitely make more videos on those few other ones. But yeah, that was some acts I missed. Bye.